it. And I kind of, oh, let's go ahead, and we're going to be using creative about a new series, and a new series where we build together on a regular basis. We build and we immerse ourselves in the world, and we start to think about what would it be like for people in this world. How would it work? What would their, how would they, where would they, what would they put in this room? What would they put in that room? What would they, you know? And we're going to be playing when we build with the new Castles, Keeps, and Forts Remastered, which is what all of this came from. It used to be UTC, but it runs way back to my early days in Ark Survival Evolved. Loving it. So I wanted to show you this castle first. I guess it's still full of... this is just... I couldn't stop building once I started playing with this mod. I couldn't stop building and experimenting and trying, and I found this image on Pinterest. Right? You guys are getting everything on the stream. You can hear chatters. Voice is clear. That's great. It's a bit framey. Interesting. Oh, yes, I noticed wrong internet. Okay, amazing. I switched internets and it didn't stop my stream. Amazing. Yeah, you're still here, I'm still here. Awesome. Okay, if you're watching the live replay, thank you for your patience. I am doing this live currently. Let's do a little... Hi. But we don't need that webcam for most of the stream today, I don't think. I just want to wave and say hello. We just did a stream that was all my face when Ark couldn't start for me. And then I started dang wrong internet connected. Fool. But this is what I built. I like it a lot, and I want to build something with you guys instead of doing it. No music, you say? Oh, it's there. It's just too quiet. Alright. Let me know how that sounds on your end. You guys hearing some music? Man, I really need a full checklist of things to do before I start streaming, don't I? Frames is good now. Yes, it will be permanently good. So, the cool thing, guys, I've done 6 series of my Building Evolved. This would be the 7th if I started it. Oh, let's go invisible. Forget about me. Forget I'm here. Yeah, forget I'm here. That's good. Then we can just blend in with nature. So, creative mode, this would be my 7th series of Building Evolved episode. My first recorded episode would be 49 or something like that. We did a lot of them. Links in the description if you want to go watch the old stuff. But that's the series I think I want to do again. Just get into building and come back and work on a project obsessively because I've been wanting to. I never finished this one, but we're going to fly off. We're going to fly around the map and we'll look at a couple other things I did before we settle in and pick a place to begin our adventure, which I think should be our primary goal of today's stream, is a place to begin our adventure. And I'm going to whip my way across the map using creative mode flight, which is very quick. So this is all still the north. This is all still the north. We haven't left the north yet. I mean, we're just beyond the wall. But yeah, Winterfell's back that way. And if we continue down here, here's the Vale of Arryn, where I did an exploration video. Right? I'm not letting trees spawn in. That's where the Eyrie is. The Giant's Lance, or whatever it's called. And then you come down here, and this is north of the Crown Lands. Just to our left, King's Landing. Right? King's Landing. Let's zip this way. Stormlands. This over here, this is where Griffin's Roost would be if you're a nerd. This is Storm's End. I tried building a big round castle here. So this is what I mean. I've just been building like a madman, and I need to start sharing it with you guys instead of keeping it to myself. So out here, there's a little unfinished island. This is where, from Brienne of Tarth, this is where she's from. I'm a dork for this stuff, guys, so... okay, so I built something here, and I haven't shown it on camera yet. Another attempt at a round structure using CKF, and that's this old technique, if you remember this. Anyway, I learned it from a fella named Gingy the last time we did this series. These were a couple attempts at buildings that I was watching. I was watching The Last Kingdom on Netflix, Uhtred of Bebbanba. Uhtred, son of Uhtred. Anyway, and so I was trying to do some buildings that matched with that show. And then everything you see here is just a quick exterior I whipped together to encapsulate an interior. So I started with an interior design based on the Great Hall in the University of Edinburgh. Can you hear some quiet music now, guys? I'll catch up on chat shortly here. But I wanted to do a nice little tidy intro. Boom! Check that out. So this is the new CKF mod. You can paint everything. So brown or mud, I think, mud paint on these villager, they look like Edwardian Tudor houses, something like that. Not Edwardian, Tudor. What was I talking about? So the Tudor era, they did a lot of these sort of board and batten things. And then up here, that's the keep. There's two kinds. There's this and there's this. And they both have a slightly different, every paint looks slightly different on each one. Like you notice that goes from a pinkish red to a deep sort of purpley red. So you can pick one of these and then you can paint everything. So I did a little parchment around the windows, and my whole thing with a castle. Castles, you don't just have a two-dimensional window. Your window is almost a full foundation across, and it's arched in all directions so that the light angles into the room. And this is the kind of stuff you only do in a building series where you can get really into the details. You know, if I'm trying to make it a nice, tidy tutorial, there's no time to explain the historical importance of building like this. But when you build a building like this, that adds so much detail. If you look at the way the light just dribbles down over this, it's pretty great. And, of course, there's secret doors. Boom. Right? So you can see I built this whole thing. I think I have to close. Close? Yes, I built this whole thing with an outer layer, and this outer layer is meaningless. It's just here to make sure the outside of the building doesn't look red. So I can paint the inside of my building red. You can't see any of it even from here based on the way, but that's it. You guys can see it up there. So I didn't want the outside of my castle to look red, but I wanted a great hall that did to match the University of Edinburgh, or not University, the Edinburgh Castle. So once I did that, I mean, check that out. Does that not have a feel? And Ark, one of the things about Ark is ceilings. Interior ceilings always suck if you do a complicated roof. Here, the roof bits are amazing, and you can get this, like, complicated. Look at, I got a layer of scaffolding inside. These are actually all gates, with another layer of roofing on top, but it just works. How about that, right? Detailed ceiling, amazing paintability, customizability. These are pillars, and they have all these different variations, so I could change this to a different helix. I picked a bad one. I could switch it to that, right? Is that right? Yeah, that's right. So see the two pillars on either side? They circle in different directions. You got a left helix and a right helix. I mean, maybe that's too much detail, but I really like it. So I'm tried to build with it, got disencouraged. Oh yeah, okay. Well, let me catch up on chat in a moment here, guys. I got one more area to show you. I should have saved the best for last. I think I'm saving the worst for last. We're gonna zip across the whole country, the whole continent of Westeros, to the other side of it, and we're gonna head here. You're gonna start to see colorful trees up ahead of us. Autumn trees somewhere. Where are the autumn trees? There they are. That means we're headed in the right direction. So this out here is Casterly rock. I got bored and cleared off the top of it. You can see why I need to start a new series, because this is the kind of stuff I've been building. So a little mixture of vanilla and, I don't know, some of this is bad, some of this is good. That's kind of the way that experimentation works. But I tried to start a little village off, and just to get a feel for what I could do using this mod. Is it not great? I got kind of a bright, crazy paint scheme on this thing, but this is sort of like a church and then a monastery, right? And so those are the kind of buildings that not everybody's going to do. I mean, taming pens and breeding workshops and all that kind of stuff is much smarter if you're trying to make money on YouTube, get some views on old YouTube. But, you know, sometimes a monastery and a medieval village is what I'm inspired to build, and this is the kind of thing you can do now that you can paint all this stuff. I mean, I think it's time we have a new series, guys. I think it's time we do some building, and I think we got to pick a place to go. And it's interesting that we stopped right here, because I was looking at different ways to do brick to give an impression of sort of a reddish brick, and there's one building in all of Westeros that is known for its red brick, and I wonder if that might be the kind of challenge I need. Who knows what I'm talking about? I'm actually getting nervous mentioning it because it would be such a massive endeavor. Can you see it in my face? Okay. Eyes are watering. Yeah, never. So big red brick building. You know what it is in Westeros. I'm thinking we start a new series, and I record my first video, maybe even tonight, and I get it out tomorrow or the next day, and then we do a mixture of live and not live. So this normally has a ton of forest on it. I cleared the whole thing off and placed foundations to keep it like this. I would have to do that if we decided to build at the place I'm talking about, which is somewhere over here. Let me hold tab. But I mean, the map is just amazing. I'm too slow. Yeah, so this is the unfinished chunk of the map. It's still in alpha mode. I haven't seen any chat for a minute. You guys gone quiet on me? Or is it broken? Okay, so this is the spot. We would once again have to clear out forest. And we would once again have to begin marking this world for... marking this area for preparation of building, and it's just such a big task. So I've not shown this on the channel since I started messing around with this map, but we're going to take a look in a minute here at King's Landing. How's the stream hanging out? Just lost in the world. Yeah, that's it. I understand. I put my face on. Hello, friends. So let's take a look. Let's wander around this in a minute. But before we do, let me catch up and see how everybody's doing. Music is here, yeah. What map are you playing on? Link in the description. No link in the description. It's called The Known World. You can find it. Link in most of my video descriptions. Dusty says, looks better. Hello, Minion. Didn't say hello to you. Also, Dusty, hello if I didn't say hi. Jayla. Gervier was the one that asked about the map. Lurker Luke, I remember you. And Lai saying, wow, that's massive. What's up, UTC? Hi, Skull Ninja. Oh, and what map is this? Yes, it's the Seven Kingdoms of Westeros, called The Known World. We're going to get a server going very soon. Yeah, look good, no dropped frames. Thank you, Velvet Sky. Okay, that's all the chat. That's all the catching up to do. Let's get my face off the screen again for a minute. You guys can get back to immersion, looking at the world through my eyes. So I think if we decide to build here, what I'm going to do is wipe the map of all my sloppy building and start messing around with this in case we do ever do another community creative building server like we've done in the past. So I actually started thinking about this yesterday. And what you guys might need is, Gosh, do I remember how to do this? Display capture. Yes, I do. Okay, so what I could do is show you some pictures. Oh, they're not here. It's because I restarted my computer a bunch of times. Yep, I think I lost all those Steam. Yeah. Stupid. Okay, well, I had a bunch of great images of King's Landing, including... hold on, let me get my chat all up here. Including the Red Keep, but I seem to have misplaced them. But I was kind of trying to get a feel for this city, and I think we should honestly do a walkthrough so you guys could get the scope of it. Like, this is just the little dock that Cersei goes on to say goodbye to her daughter, or whatever. It's like the king's dock only. It's not the public docks. The city has massive docks of its own, and they all exist right here on this river. So, you remember the harbor town I built? It's the basically biggest thing I've ever built. It would kind of take up like just a neighborhood of King's Landing. So, is this too crazy a concept? Not if I'm doing creative mode. So this is called the Mud Gate, and there's the muddy way runs all the way across the city through here, right? Down here, docks, right? So you'd have fishermen, basically even nobles coming into the city would have to come down to this dock area. So this might be a familiar place for us to start, but if you look at how big this is, so the docks run until the next gate, basically, and the next gate is called, not Lion Gate, King's Gate, right? This isn't even a gate. Okay, so I mean, look at the size of this area from an Ark point of view if you're trying to build out here, right? Somewhere up here, we're gonna find another gate. Trust me. I guess it's all the way up at the corner? God dang, what a mess. It can't be. Yeah, I must have missed a gate, didn't I? Here it is. Here's one. So this is the King's Gate. So on the outside of this wall to our right, this whole area would have to be like the fishing area, docks. I'd have to keep it so simple. I'd have to keep the designs very simple to start with. You know, build some areas in very low detail and a few areas in high resolution, because the number of building pieces would max out fast, right? So big neighborhoods of the city, I might just slap together a quick roof and wall, and fill some space, right, without worrying about the, you know, how the buildings necessarily look as you walk down the street, right? So we'd have to be picky and choosy with our building pieces, and we'd have to build literally as much as you can. So docks. So there you go, guys. That's a big area for, like, I mean, that I built a dock harbor town, and it barely took up half of that space, and that's the biggest thing I ever built, right? So that's a neighborhood of King's Landing, a neighborhood. So this is called Fishmonger Square. So this is where all the fishermen would bring their stuff to sell. And then as you go through the city, you see all these winding roads. If you find a map of Westeros, the interior of the city isn't littered with big walls like this, but it does help kind of separate the regions and everything as you go through. So, moving along, some things are pre-built in this city. Obviously, castle walls are there. But check out all this stuff. And I mentioned a while ago, we're using the Marnie's mod wildlife thing, so it brings real creatures into the game, like cows and horses and chickens and things like that. So it helps with immersion. That's what we're still working on, setting up a Patreon server for this, but I think it'll be a survival server. You know, a little mini chapel down here or something. And it uses, a lot of the details look kind of similar to the castles and keeps stuff, so it would work well with those, right? Just a whole bunch of buildings. So we're kind of in the center of the city, close to the center of the city. Now, as you come up here, this would be like the Great Sept. Remember at the end of the last season I put this in here. I was just messing around. That gate normally isn't there. Where Dany's doing her speech from the top of the stairs after the happy ending. This is where the sept would be, so it would have to be like a giant 7-pillared cathedral. It would have to be huge. If you look at people who have built this city in Minecraft, they have these big focal points. One of them is obviously the Red Keep. One of them is the Great Sept of Baelor, this giant white 7-pointed, 7-steepled church, right? Mostly round in shape, but with 7 tall towers. So that's what would be up here, right, as you move through the city. Don't get truly disoriented. I think I want to keep going. No, that's a gate. See how big this is? You get lost inside the city. So what could I do? I mean, seriously, how big a project could you take on here, right? Like, if you really want... This map almost demands sort of a roleplay style builder, rather than just... here's the structure we need, you know, survival buildings. It almost demands a creative process to bring this thing to life. So you see buildings for stables just inside gates. All this stuff is here, just waiting for a person to, you know, take this on, you know, like a palette and a blank canvas, and I'm the painter with the palette. So this, I think, would be the Dragon Pit. Now, the Dragon Pit's another tall building in Westeros. It's on the other biggest hill. So if you remember all those scenes where they have the meetings and it's kind of like sand in the middle, I think that's what this is intended to be. Now, this could be the Sept, but based on the positioning and the fact that it doesn't have an amazing huge staircase, I think this is actually the Dragon Pit. So back in the day, the kings and queens, the Targaryens, were the only ones that had dragons, and they had so many that they kept them in here, locked in. So this is supposed to be a ruin. In the my first thought, I thought this was the church because of this, but that's like a 4-pointed thing. And so anyway, I'm pretty sure that's what this is intended to be. Built like kind of a coliseum. You could build. You don't really even have to do anything to this. This kind of comes somewhat done for you, in a sense. And it's supposed to be surrounded by trees up here. This is going to be one of the few areas of the city that would keep its trees as we design and explore. Dusty sharing the map, thank you so much. Thank you everybody for watching. 38 of you, welcome. So what we're doing now, we're exploring King's Landing on foot in the known world map. I'll get that link in my description soon. And we're just trying not to get lost on our way through the city. We want to go to where the Red Keep is. Surely, no. That must be... Okay, so there's the Great Sept of Baelor, there's the Dragon Pit. You go past them both in order to get to the keep. So the keep is either through this door. No, that's a gate to the outside, isn't it? No? Not outside. Still in the castle. Oh, it's a long, straight corridor. Why did I pronounce it like that? Corridor. This is up to the Red Keep. So, a lot of trees right now blocking your view of what this should look like. So I think step one might be just remove a ton of trees. Is that what you would do? So this is your way up to the castle. Shame, 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 right? Pretty brilliant looking, right? As far as maps with pre-built things on them go, I really like how this builder, this map builder, Newt, has put her map together. It's a beauty. It's a true beauty. So there's this big windy double back path. Goes up this side. You get awesome, kind of look at the rays of sunlight that just kind of deke through here while the trees are still in place. So maybe you got to leave that lower layer of trees. We'll see. But I mean, to think that the castle is supposed to be visible from throughout the city, right? And it would have to live up here in this area. So the walls are pretty simplified, and there is no giant red castle, which is what it should be. It's defined by its color. So you're sure this is where where the castle is supposed to be, obviously, because it's the highest point in the city. But it also has this. Now I think it's going to get ultra dark on us. I might need to give myself, yeah, let's go ahead and give myself a torch. Okay. Let's take a look down here. And you guys, if you're fans of this stuff, you know where I'm headed. If you don't, and you're just fans of Ark, still, look at the scale of this staircase, okay? When you talk about building the city of King's Landing, think about all the crap that's involved in trying to do it right. It's crazy, right? Look at this place. These are the vaults under the city. So, this where, like, you know, they got filled with wildfire. There's giant dragon skulls down here. Arya gets lost down here chasing cats at one point. There's what we're looking for, isn't it? Look at this. What a map, right? What a map. So we gotta, I think if I'm gonna pick something to do, I better pick something ambitious. Something that's gonna push me and inspire me. Or overwhelm me and scare me off doing videos entirely, maybe. So anyway, oh, I got stuck. Okay, be careful. That's a stucky point. Don't walk through the dragon's mouth trying to get your selfies, okay? And I think there's more to this. I think there's another way out. A second exit. Ooh, what is this part? Oh, that's good. That's gonna be a thing? I can't walk through there now. Let's ghost. Oh. Oh, dungeons. Dungeons. I think it's currently blocked off, but I haven't seen that before. So dungeons. So this is where Ned came, you know. Varys brought him a little bit to drink. There is another way out of here that we need to find. I can't remember which was our way in. This. No, this was our way in. So let's go behind this pillar. No. No, not this way. Whoops. Okay, let's have a little wander, because I know there's a way out. Another way out from these vaults. Yes, okay. So just to give you some scale on how far we traveled and everything. This is where that really silly fight happens in Season 8. So above you should be a massive castle. Whoosh. I've been looking at pictures, and maybe I need to do some sketching. Maybe I need to pick a smaller project to begin with. What say you guys who are watching live? If you're watching the replay, let me know in the comments. But right here, Red Keep. Whoosh. it's a cool design. I think I'd mimic the design from the show, and I'd probably try starting with that of all projects. And from there, I mean, once you have the castle built, you can kind of get up top and go, where's my view of the city, right? You've got your dragon pit, Great Sept of Baelor. That's where they're supposed to be. Road runs right through the middle of the city. So I mean, all these trees would have to come out, which is, even in creative mode, is a lot of work, unless I break out a bazooka or something, I guess. So come down here, one major zone. Where does this part go again? So this is that narrow pathway. Oh, there's all kinds of little sections. Oh, I see. There's a little village. This is Flea Bottom. This is where Flea Bottom is, I believe. The kind of poorest area in town. I think that's what this is supposed to be. These are like the pot shops where you get a bowl of brown. That's cool. So you could kind of expand on this. That would be a great area to begin a village design. But, ooh. And then here's this long, straight tunnel through, which leads, to the docks. Okay. The Iron Gate. That was my best guess at what this was. I went all around and I've had enough gates to get to the end, but to be honest, the Iron Gate might be like this one or something. I don't know. Or maybe I need to add my own gate, which you could do. I can figure out how to do that. I'm a pretty genius man when it comes to the building department. So I'm wondering what else to do. I mean, I should build with you guys today Dragon Gate due to its proximity to the Dragon Pit. So this all works out. This whole city is laid out well. It matches kind of the maps from the books, the vision of it from the show. It's good. It's a good looking, and this is the best part of the whole map, right? So at the moment, I mean, I can pick smaller areas to tackle that are pretty, but in terms of like ready to be built, it feels like this is it. Each of the castle gates has these towers, right? So what? Glitch much? What the heck? Okay. Okay. What? Are these broken? Or am I glitching out? No, this staircase. No, these are broken. What the mess? What? Weird. Okay, well, map's at alpha, so don't expect everything to work brilliantly, but there's these tower tops. Yeah, there's just too many trees in this whole region. Oh boy. Does this wall not exist? Can you not walk on top of it? No, you cannot. So be... Whoosh. Good defenses, eh? Anyway, work in progress. The whole place is work in progress, alpha mode. So, we gotta build. Yeah, that's a stressful thing. I think what I ought to do is, maybe with you guys here, I'm gonna go work on clearing out some of the area up by the Red Keep, so that I can kind of get an idea of sort of building space and how big my foundations could be, and then tonight I can go take my notepad, my sketch pad, and start working out some ideas of how big it would be. You saw that castle I was working on, right? At the very beginning. And if I can do that, right? You know, if I can do that, then I can do this. At the very least, we could tackle the castle concept over a few videos. I think that would be not too crazy. And I could just put in some time off camera or on streams and just grind through it, right? You guys don't mind hanging out for streams. It's lovely. Lovely. 41 more people watching now than ever. Fewer people talking now than ever. But that's fine. You've settled into the rhythm of my voice. You've gone on an adventure with me, which is what I'd like you to do. Just with building. But I think as we get into this, so this is it maybe for today, guys. I'm just gonna chit-chat with you, and maybe I'll put the face cam back on, and I'll grab an axe, and I think we'll just start. I mean, I could bazooka all this stuff, but I could use some time to plan and think. I think we just start chopping trees down and blowing rocks up, and I'm sure there's a million faster ways to do it, but I'm in creative mode. So maybe, let me use your brain. It's not called an axe, idiot. How long have you been playing this game? Forget what it's called. Oh, why am I doing that? Give me this one. Pick, and we'll do this for rocks, and we'll just kill some time. I'll think about ideas, and then by the next time you guys see me, I'll hopefully be starting a big project here, or somewhere else. I don't know. Yeah, they're gonna go down with one hit. So I'm gonna need some foundations or pillars to place as we go to kind of keep everything from coming back. Let's put this in here. Two hits. Okay. Maybe we leave the rocks for the moment. You never know when they're going to come into help you design a castle, right? So we leave rocks in place, and then we start working out. I think what would happen, it would be good to do over another stream, but it would be good to start laying out footprints once I have an idea of some of the structures that are supposed to exist inside this castle. But it's a fun challenge. I mean, just the castle alone. I mean, I've got a feel for the colors. I've got a feel for being able to, you know, if you look at a picture, once you've played with this mod a little bit, you go like, okay, I know what I can build. I can build that. Right, I have that building piece. I have that building piece. I don't have this one, right? And then just keep, you know, mucking my way through it until I build something pretty, right? And that's kind of, you know, I used to find tutorials very constraining in that sense, where it's like limited scope and no stop and improvise. Kind of figure it out, memorize it, and then teach it, right? Which I don't know if that's my forte. Sweet Louise. I should really put these on number 1. Because that's what my brain is telling me to do every time anyway. Right. So, I know I could take a bazooka and knock these down, but I want to feel like a true woodsman. We'll just keep slapping in a foundation every here and there. That's not an expression, but I'll use it anyway. And let's bring this to morning time. Can you guys see when can you guys probably not see Ark Commander when I use it? I don't think so. I didn't see it on my screen there. I don't know that it would help you. It's just a blue thing that takes up my whole screen. Blue-gray. So I think we should do rocks and plants and shrubbery. We should probably remove most of all of this. I know there will be no trees up here. How could there be? There's not going to be any trees. If I have eco trees on here, if I need trees, I'll add them. The only trees I need are like little decorative fancy trees, right? I guess on the TV show Game of Thrones, and the book, there's gardens that House Tyrell, the old Queen of Thorns, takes Sansa to secret conversations, right? So there's some area in this vicinity that I guess we would want to preserve some plant life, but once again, I think when you have a forest growing on top of an entire city that you're trying to build, you kind of just want to bang it out, get rid of it. There's a big forest. I'm trying to build a castle. I don't need a forest in the middle of my castle. But I love that the map is overgrown. It kind of makes it feel like, you know, maybe 1,000 years have gone by, right? Since the last series of, you know, since the events of the story that we know, right? Or maybe it's a time before, who knows? Maybe we're just arriving in this kingdom and we're building, right? And for us, it's like whatever our imagination takes us, whatever kind of, you know, we can build things from the show, but we don't have to build things from the show. We could just jump out, build a forest castle, build an island castle, build a, whatever isn't so inspiring, right? That's the way I always like. My favorite way to play this game, any game really, was like take on a building project. I don't know if anyone watched me play Islands, but the series I did for that game was pretty wonderful, in my humble opinion. And I don't say that about a lot of the stuff I did. I think I've done some very lame series before where I go like, oh, I didn't finish that, or I'm not proud of it, or I didn't accomplish anything. This building series, I almost always accomplished something. The Swamp Town wasn't crazy good. The Viking thing wasn't crazy good, but the Harbor Town was good. The first place was very good. for the time. It was very creative. I was testing new ideas. I was testing a new type of series, doing some rare emotional stuff where I built a house that belonged to my great uncle right after he passed away. It was like episode 2 of the series. So, you know, it was just the evolution of building, hang out and build, based on Building with BOO, if you ever watch that show. And I know some of my viewers do, based on the reference from my last video. People got the Smiler reference. That's pretty fun. I've been watching B-Dubs forever. He's the guy that made me want to start making Minecraft videos, and then maybe I should. I mean, Minecraft's having a resurge on old YouTube these days. But maybe that just means there's an Ark Building resurgence coming someday, too. You never know. It's a good time. Good time for me to get back, at least. Because I think in the middle of all this chaos, this global pandemic thing, it's like it's easy to forget, you know, your voice can make a difference to people, right? You know, I went back to being a waiter just because I didn't know how to do this YouTube thing anymore and be super happy about it. Which, I mean, I just have some perspective now. I couldn't be a waiter if I wanted to. My restaurant's closed. And when it does reopen, it'll be like people far apart from each other, right? Okay. Let's back up now. We have done something. We have done something, guys. That's not that big an area. It's big, but it's not that big. Let's see if I can pull up a image of the Red Keep. I had like so many of them, guys. I had so many good ones. And then I tried when I loaded my computer to pull back the tabs. Let me see what I can pull up. So let's remove a few more trees, because you would never have trees sticking through your wall, right? That just wouldn't happen. So this one's fine. This one's a problem child. You're gone. Probably this one. What's wrong with you, sir? You're a bad tree. Get chopped. Get this one. And I forget. I'm probably gonna have to do this to make any of them stay away. I can't remember where I needed that. Was it here? Pay attention, old man. Very old man. I mean, I guess you could put gardens in this part, but I don't know how much we want to chop down, do we? I mean, if you can't see the castle from anywhere, including this walk up to it, it's gonna mess with the whole point of this castle is that it's visible everywhere, right? So it would be silly to do a city, you know, if we did this city, spend all this time, and then you go like, oh, no one can see it, because I built it on this edge, right? I mean, you should be able to see it. I guess that's the thing. It would be from the hills, right? Okay, well, let's chop out some stuff immediately outside these gates, and then I'll come back and maybe do some rocks and stuff. I think instead of trees, we would have housing, potentially right up here. Like right out on the way to the castle, you would have some nice housing, perhaps. I think that's what most of the maps look like. Alright, this one. Can't chop the top of trees, I guess, eh? You're not meant to. That's not how the game works. Why would you ever be at the top of a tree? This one too. Frick it, take him. Who's here? Yeah, we're taking them all. This one too. So, just a little laid back I could always bring you guys in if I do this as a recorded series for just some grind, because even in creative mode there's an element of grinding, right? If you're gonna build something huge. So the Red Keep has all these aspects to it that I would have to explore over the next little while too. I think this guy comes out, and maybe you build it in the order that it was built. There's a very old castle at the center of it. That's the one they go to in the case of the sieges or whatever. Okay, that helps a little bit. I think we're going to want to take this one out. We're just sort of doing a little terraforming as of this moment, which is not really a thing we do in this game. Okay, I could get used to that. Now, lots of rocks out in this direction. Let me pull up the mapping, guys, and we'll take a kind of a little look at where everything should be. How does this work? Ladder? No, staircase. Okay. And that takes you down into here, which takes you down into here, which takes you down all around the city. Okay, so city walls go this way. Right along there would be the harbor, the docks that I pointed out, right? So from the docks, you want to be able to see the castle. It's going to be hard in this game. I tell you, even with epic view distance, it's going to be hard to see this whole city at once, right? Removing the trees is going to help. And then there's the other wall and the private docks, which are down there. But the city itself is just epically large. I wonder if I should keep chopping trees around here and just flatten this. No, you know what we're going to do? I don't know that we're going to get any amazing gardens up here. I'm going to take a sickle, and I think we should just plow through everything. Alright. Now, this is going to be a bit slower of a process, and it's going to be much less interesting to watch. Not that it was ever interesting to watch. And we'll just chop everything down. Now, you notice that one of the cool things about this map is the berries. The berry bushes match the house colors. So those are black and yellow for, like, House Baratheon. There's a little bit red here for, like, the Lannisters. Or black and red is the Targaryens. So there's a little bit of everything. Obviously some pink flowers, so it doesn't really represent anything. But if you go around to, say, you know, the Vale, you'll find blue and white flowers. If you go to... I can't remember. I can't remember the logic. I don't know if everywhere the house colors match, but certainly they seem to here. So I gotta be a little bit more focused. Is there a better way to remove bushes? I'm sure there is. I could missile them, but I don't like doing that. That messes with my... I just don't like launching rockets when I'm in this medieval building mode. And I, like I said, I'll do a little laid-back chill stream today. I guess I called the thing Let's Build Some Castles, but we're talking about building an epic castle. So, yeah, I guess so. Guess that works. Yeah, this place started with a very primitive wooden fort, this whole city, that the first Dragon King built, and then... Oh, by the way, hello, friends. Internet Behaving UTC, it is Kai. Welcome to the stream. Sparky saying, OMG B-dubs. Yeah, I loved B-dubs. Build an Ewok village. You have eco trees. Yes. I have that on here. I just went in my single player, but I can definitely play with it. I can see the server crashing because someone's going to build a forest in the desert. Yeah, I'm not sure if the server will have eco trees, and if it does, what the rules will be around it, but just for my own purpose, I'm not going to abuse it too badly. And we don't have the geek server yet, and it's probably going to be survival, not creative mode like I'm in the mode of doing right now. Yeah, good catching up. Good catching up, everybody. And on cue saying it's good to see you back. Yes, that's great. Oh, Long Dark got another update. Been a long time since I played that. Rocket launcher. Yeah, I know the rocket launcher. Like tech gauntlets and element. Yeah, I don't want to do that either. Demo gun should be able to remove trees. Rocket launcher is best. Tickle chicken. Brontosaurus. Return of the King baby. Hi Webby. And a Bronto. Bronto for bushes. You know what? Who's in a hurry? I mean, who's in a hurry? Let's just do it old school. That's the same as B-dubs. There's a lot of high-tech, fascinating. I went on a base tours on the weekend, guys, and I'm like, oh, look at all this stuff I'm never gonna use. Tech this, tech that, science, sci-fi. I'm an old school medieval guy when it comes to this game. That's what I've always liked doing. So we're gonna do more of that. We're gonna embrace it. We're gonna go hard. Well, while Ark goes into Genesis Mode 2 or whatever it's gonna be called, we're going to settle into the Seven Kingdoms of Westeros. Build castles, build villages, build fishing towns, build harbors, build island fortresses, vineyards, farms of all shapes and sizes, orchards, and cattle farms and wheat farms. We'll have it all. It'll be we could do it all. We could do anything we wanted to. If I could stay inspired, and I think I can, I just gotta lock myself into a mode for a while, guys, and go, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm attempting to accomplish right now, and bring something to life. And then every day I fall asleep thinking about it. That's my favorite thing with this game. It's been happening again lately. Raleigh would pick the Pirate Kingdom. Yes, the Pirate Kingdom. That's the Iron Islands are the biggest pirates, probably. But you could do pirates anywhere, right? I've never done a true pirate village in this. It's probably because I got so excited for that pirate game that Ark made. And that now I'm back here. This is the original. This, honestly, how do you beat this game? I mean, you probably could. You could. It's not a building game. It's never designed to be a building game. Those of us who make it one, we're forcing the game. I mean, really, it's like the thatch and the wood and the stone. It's like those are all in the metal. They're all identical to the day we got them. Nothing's really changed. I mean, yes, they added some stuff, but it's like, yeah. Like, how come I don't have 12 different designs to choose from when I place, you know? Here, let me show you. Let me show you. Right? So this is this. This is from this mod. Right? Here's a tool from the mod. Lets you change the design of things. How come you can't do that with wooden walls in Ark? Seems pretty easy. Doesn't really crash or lag the game. Kind of makes a nice update for builders. You know, they should have hired me, those Ark guys. That would have been smart. Hire in a builder. Go, hey, let's make this an amazing building game. Let's design it for you folks. Maybe the PvP. Maybe that's the people they should hire. Who knows? That's what's brilliant though. But the best games, a true sandbox, play it any dang way you like. Do what you wish with this. Do what you will. Make it the tech force defense base. But I guess this map kind of, why would you do that on this map, right? You're just asking for trouble. Not asking for trouble. What am I saying? There's no trouble, really. This map is just begging for the types of... It's begging for the types of players I am, I guess, is what I'm saying. It's begging for some UTC love. Some Building Evolved. Back in your life with another episode of Building Evolved. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Building Evolved. I gotta remember how to do that intro. Was there an intro? I think that's the first series where well, it's probably a lot. But anyway, it was my favorite. It was always my favorite. Very favorite. I liked exploring too. That was always fun. But just no rules, creative building. I know it sounds silly, guys, but even when I have Dynamic D do all the gathering for me, I get so annoyed that I can only carry 20 walls at a time or whatever. You know, I want infinite. I want infinite. I just want to build. Same way, like, I'm sure Aaron has done. Always does, basically. And Fizz, and who else is good at building? There's this Sven guy has some videos with tons and tons of views doing speed builds. He does Minas Tirith and other things. It's really impressive. And I remember him from Islands. I think that guy was trying to do building tutorials with Islands and never had anything big. And I think he got big with some Fortnite stuff. But I've noticed his Ark videos, ton of views for speed builds. So maybe I need to speed build. That's not my style either. Bob Ross doesn't do like a 1-minute painting session. It's all about the hangout, right? Their idea of added things from builders was triangles, yes. Which we'd already had. Anyone who's already playing Ark, we already had all that stuff. You didn't give us anything. You didn't give us anything useful if we have computers. You've never made building better. Only mods have done that. And this mod, greatest of all, hopefully. I've never really... I took a long time in this series even letting myself use mods. But I'm gonna go hard this time around. What's wrong with this? Oh, that takes a long time to break. Okay, well, I'm doing this slow and steady. We're doing a lot of talking today, guys. It's just a hangout, chill out stream. These bushes are unlocatable. There he is. Okay, good. I'll get caught up on... I'll get some building done. Well, that's the thing. That's the thing I liked about the series, guys. Because it was like I could build and step away. Or whatever. I could record a little intro and then I could go zone out and build without having to worry about tutorialing at all. And come back and go, oh, here, check what I did. Show you anything that you might not have known how to do. But most of the time you know how to do it, right? Builders, no, bakers versus cooks was my old euphemism. And we'll just smash this all out. We'll clear out the whole zone. I know I could rocket launcher it. Probably that would get rid of rocks, but it doesn't get rid of bushes. And I don't want rocket launcher. I don't even want to spawn a Bronto and ride it up here. There are no Brontos on this map. That's the cool thing. All the dinosaurs have been removed, pretty much. With the right mods, at least. So it doesn't feel like Ark even. So I know it is. It does. Of course it feels like Ark, but it doesn't have to be. It doesn't even have to, you know, no dinosaurs means the essential redeeming quality of Ark is stepped out, is removed, right? So if it's still fun after that, it means Ark doesn't need dinosaurs to be fun. Does it? Does it? Anyway. If you're playing on the Game of Thrones map, the hit the bushes are a little glitchy. Look at them and the collection point is at the bottom of the plant. Right. Right. I'm finding them. Yes, I'm finding them. They're kind of like... You swing and swing and swing. And each bush has like... Another bush is what blows it up. Like if I get this one, it'll kill all of these, right? There you go. So that's it. You just kind of have to look where's the biggest, highest point. It's this. If I walk in here. Yeah, that's smarter. Okay, thank you. I think I've got a system now. I think I've got a system. Right here. I'm learning. I'm learning. Right here. Yes, what a boss. Chop boss. I don't like this song. Why is this always in this playlist? I thought I liked it. Anyway, music by Josh Woodward. That's a guy in the description. Just makes that cool, chilled, cool, chilled out acoustic stuff. Makes so great for matches my voice well, I guess people say. My tone, my demeanor. Do we need more foundations? Just so I haven't wasted all my time, probably. Let's just overdo it. Let's spam so that we don't lose this progress and have to come sickling through here again. Alright, we're really clearing things out, guys. And I think this would show the beginning of this is the kind of thing that's good for a stream. I know it's quite boring, but I know I could build them. But I'm going to save, like... I'm going to try and put the best things into videos whenever I can, right? And so building the Red Keep, almost every part of that, I want to see if I can make it part of the video, right? I want to make a video that's a little more succinct, that goes, here was what I did, right? With this, people got to watch a couple hours to get the gist of things, right? But, heck, maybe that's why the speed builds are the way to go. I just hit record the whole time I'm talking to you, and later turn it into a speed build. No talking. I was really impressed. Like, million view videos. That's pretty hard to do in the world of Ark. I mean, it built some very cool stuff. Have you guys seen... Arali. Yeah, hello, Arali. My oldest friend. Well, in the YouTube world. I prefer more maps without dinos. Interesting. Use a bear, ride the dire wolves. Yes, all these are great ideas. Always under the high part. Thank you, Death Cult. That helped a lot. And Arali, guys, if you haven't subscribed, do it. Everyone here already, he got a bigger welcome than I ever did. I tried to mentally summon you over an hour ago when UTC was breaking the game. Oh, yes, yeah, it didn't. Missing file permissions and some nonsense. I had some very bad luck the last couple days. So I've just loaded up a rally, this map on my single player, and I'm just... Oh, I meant to delete... yeah. I meant to delete my other structures. Well, maybe I'll have to come back here again and redo this, but I just thought I'd start messing around with a little creative builds and see if I can get inspired. It's like I've been spending all this time in creative building mode and not recording it because I was like, oh, I started a survival series. It's like, well, just do what you feel like doing every day. Just settle into it. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm hopefully I'm gonna do another little Building Evolved run, my favorite series ever. I think it's one series Rally has never been in. I've never been in a Building Evolved episode, perhaps. That is a high point? That's a high point. Keep chopping, UTC. Ding ding dong. Ironborn for sure. Yes, yeah, the pirate. Man, pirate. Do you guys want to... Let's take a quick break. Arali's talking about the Ironborn. Of the Iron Islands. Whoosh. Let's get out there. Look how vast, guys. Look how vast. That's Heron Hall we just passed. River Run. Hoo-yah. Okay. And here they are. The whole sky changes everything. So there's a little sunken island out there. I don't know the names of all of these, but this one has a giant whale carcass. The ruins of some epic whale. I think that's supposed to be. There's like 5 or 6 islands. They each have a different house on them. I can't... Drummond might be one of them. I can't remember all the names. But yeah, these are the little islands, and then this is Pike of the Iron, the House Greyjoy. Right? Pretty cool. But the whole color scheme changes when you're in this area. It goes to like a dark silvery color if you jet right over here. Watch. Whoosh. Everything. Oops, that went too high. But everything changes. There's like a point right here, somewhere out here, where the color just changes completely. See that? You just defecated, it informed me. Whoosh. So there you go. Now, I could realistically start with a much smaller project, but it wouldn't be that much smaller. And do Casterly Rock, but that's even a huge... Everything's a huge project here, trying to build something from the show. I don't know even if you want it... I don't know. Maybe that's a crazy idea. Trying to build something right out of the, the show, Highgarden, right under me. If you've never seen that, it might just be too grand a task. I need an Atlas ship mod first. That would be cool, Rally. But we'd want Atlas Ocean without the silly constant tornadoes. Imagine if you had waves. Yeah, we'll do it soon, my friend. We'll do it soon. And in the meantime, I'll do a short run of my creative building. Get back, try out some ideas. I think step 1, we're going to mess around with the Red Keep. And we're just going to see if I can do something vaguely reminiscent of the Red Keep. And it would be right here. Boom. There's the rest of the city, without the trees. Right? How cool would that be? Looking out over it. Whoosh. I guess you can't get much higher than this in terms of your build. Otherwise you lose sight of everything. So yeah, I don't know guys. Well, I'll just mess around today. I'll keep this little stream going because we had a lovely rally. I would settle for the ships, honestly. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, because they're buildable, right? We have the advanced rafts ships, which are beautiful, but we don't have the ability to like customize them in any way. I don't think they even took paint like the Atlas ships did. Yeah, how about that? Alright, making progress. And there's a lot of foundations around here already, so I don't think I have to do much. So at the very least for today, guys, I'm going to clear this all out, and then I'll see if I can sit down and record a video tonight or tomorrow morning that can introduce the idea, get us started, and then maybe get me to a good point where I can stream again. And if people are really annoyed by a boring stream like this, I'll just figure out how to build on a stream. Because I will have a lot of building to do. It's going to be a vast amount of building. So I'm leaving some rocks just because I don't know that I have to remove them yet. If I don't have to, they might be like nestled at the edge of the bottom of a castle wall. That always looks good. If your castle wall doesn't come straight to the ground. Instead it runs into rocks. Are these walls high enough, these outer walls? It would have to be, I guess. Because if I start modifying the walls... But once I saw the paint options, how brick and tangerine look on the keep stuff, I got really excited. And I mean, I guess we could stop and take a little look at that, right? So let's do this, and let's grab some walls. Oh, I don't have any. Let's find the keep wall. So this is like no detail, right? And we'll drag this into our sprayer. Right? And let's just go, I think it's region 5, if memory serves. Let's just go here, 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 and here. Semi-random pattern. Really not that random. I'm not that good at randomizing. And then we go tangerine. Now you wouldn't have to do this like this, because maybe you wouldn't think this would look good. But if you do it right, I mean, have one inner tier in one color and one outer tier in another color, you start to get it, right? You start to see where you could go with red keep layout. And it might be more brick and just some highlights in that cantaloupe, right? Like cantaloupe, I think it's not cantaloupe, it's tangerine. But, so let's go ahead and we'll get this. And we'll get a... okay, let's just try this real quick. Yeah, let's get really... Let's just quick and dirty. Okay? Let's just do this. That's not even what I want. Let's go to door. And we'll do this, this one. Whoops. Right, so you can imagine the beginnings of a castle. This region 1 is this bit. Right? So if I did all those like that, depending on how you did your castle, right? Let's try this. A little more uniformity, and we'll see how this looks, right? And you could always set up a wall just behind it that's all the brick color. And my inventory's a mess because of all this hand clearing we've been doing, guys. Excusez-moi. And 5 is the one you want up here, so... It's not perfect. It doesn't... I mean, each brick has a slightly different color from the last. So mixing and matching these colors to try and get that effect is not easy. Right? You can start to see what would look like a red keep if expanded really large, right? I think that could be interesting. I think you could have a lot of fun with that. Let's clear everything out for now. Uh-huh. All right. All right. Let's do a little more chop and clear, whatever we want to call it. A little more castle place building prep and tall point. Thank you. I'm a master at these now. Skills on skills on skills. Stacked up. So we'll clear out all the forests. So many rocks here, right? So I think if I can leave them, maybe we can make them work for us. Work in our favor. We're almost done. This has not been a bad endeavor. What? Skills on skills, I said. You guys been watching any good shows? A Monkey Puzzle would probably slap fight a rally for the pirates. It would be cool to see Monkey Puzzle on here. I have no idea if he's even watched Game of Thrones. He could either be a mega fan, or he could have never seen the show. I don't know that there's going to be a happy in between where he's like, yeah, it's alright. Let's talk about Monkey Puzzle's built some amazing stuff in redwoods before, deserts. So there's a lot of regions he could call home. I mean, the King's Landing, it's not, it's a tough one to go like, oh, this is my spot. You know, I didn't know if I'd want to do that on our server, so I figured this is a good spot to try it out. Because if I build here, he does like it. Okay, good. I knew it. I thought he would. I wonder. Maybe he's a. Oh, what would his favorite house be? I could see Monkey Puzzle almost anywhere in this map. I wonder what his favorite house is. If he's got a favorite region. Stormlands are beautiful. The Vale is wonderful. The Reach? Maybe a little too green and... probably not the Reach, I would say. Dorne? He could do Dorne. Alright. So we're just doing a little clear out job, guys. Something a bear could have finished off in about 3 minutes. Classic. I'm probably going to get a lot of comments like, hey idiot, you're in creative mode, why are you chopping bushes? But I guess creative mode, but without breaking my own immersion is what I'm going for with this. Like, rocket launcher the rocks, sure, but why not just hit him with a pickaxe 4 times? Because it's inefficient and waste of time? That's a good point. Alright, let's stick one right here. Ooh. I wonder if we leave this little area. There's a lot of flower plants there. Where would the gardens be? Yeah, let's leave this little corner. Let's do it. Alright, let's let some stuff come back right around this edge. This could be the gardens. And I could leave a few things in there that I've already cleared out a bunch of it. But maybe if we break a few of these, that could work. Maybe, perhaps. We do need to build them. But they're so big in the show. They're so big in the show. But we're going to have to limit things to smaller scale. Okay, so we've more or less done it. Let's maybe grab some signs and figure out where things would go. Monkey Puzzle was interested. Oh, cool. Well, if he's in, I mean, that would be amazing. That would be wild. It's been a while since we even did anything together. Atlas. Okay. So let me pull up a proper layout of the Red Keep. Alright. Now, this is based on the show. Throne room. Yep. Let me put my face on the screen for you guys so you can watch me goggle my screen. I'm leaned right in. And why don't I do this then? I'm going to put a little display capture on. That still works with my webcam, and we're going to move this over. That works. Okay. So let's take a look at some layouts and stuff. Joanna Lannister map of the Red Keep. That doesn't look right. There's the gardens. 26. I guess I'd have to click on this then and go to a website. Okay, that's a pretty good layout. Let's see, what's 26? Maegor's Holdfast? Right. Where's Throne Room? Hi, 7. Throne Room. Map 7. Okay, so the Throne Room is very close to the gate entrance. Let's go back to Ark. So there's only the one entrance. So that's our shape. Yeah, so I had gardens up in here. You do see a windy path up to the gate, but then that would mean, boom, throne room right here. And I don't think, let's find like an image like this, right? That gives you an idea of what the castle itself looked like on the TV show. On the right here is Tower of the Hand. Get the throne room in here, right? So that's what's depicted right here. So this isn't very true to the... This map isn't the truest to the TV show. What is this? First floor plant. That's not what I'm looking for. I think this was the other one. Throne room, again, just inside, close to the gate. Godswood, which they didn't really have a good Godswood. Gardens, I guess that's the same thing. Sept, Library, Tower of the Hand, Maegor's Holdfast, which is this sort of center dry moat thing. Throne room. So if we take a look at another image of King's Landing, I think this is Maegor's Holdfast in here, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, it's definitely an ambitious project, to say the least, I think. And it looks to me like castle stuff on the TV show continues well down the hill from the Red Keep. That's not it, is it? That's a Minecraft fella. This is one of the best images. That's a cool image. But it doesn't give you a good overhead. Or a map of the city might do that. Let's go map of King's Landing. So, none of them give you a good TV show, Red Keep. They all have like a book. Red Keep. How about this? Here's a Minecraft image. That'll give us some inspiration, perhaps. Alright. How do I get a big version of this? Is there a big version? Not that big. So there's our harbors, guys. And if we come out here, there's the harbors to our left, right? Right down here, like this guy's built, castle up here on these rocks. Okay? Tall castle off to the right. Throne room attached to it. It's kind of hard to tell what he built. But then on this hill that you can't really see would be the hill where the trees are high, fairly close to us. That would be the... hold on, let me go there. The crown, the Sept of Baelor, the big church, would be on this hill. Again, you'd have a lesson in tree chopping if you ever wanted to build here, but that's where we are now. And before the sun sets. Whoosh! Alright, back to the castle. There would be your Dragon Pit. So if we pull up map of King's Landing, you can see Dragon Pit, Sept of Baelor. Street runs right through the middle of it. Docks down one side. Up here to the right of the main road, that's Flea Bottom. That's the poor neighborhood. The rest of the city would have maybe like adobe roofs or the orangey keep roofs. Some combination of those would give you a good look. But you have these three mega structures. 1, 2, 3. One of them's kind of done for us. The other one would be a giant project to take on in the future. But the Red Keep is kind of like where I'd be inspired to start. Now you see these giant dock areas, warehouses, and quays, and I don't know. We kind of have a lot we would have to do to build anything of relevance here. You see, those are my foundations, all spread out. So this is a pretty decently sized area. Pardon me. and I don't know if we can handle it. But I think I'm going to try. I'm going to sit down tomorrow and make my first video, maybe laying out some foundations or building an element of it. Or maybe I build a lot and record it into chunks and do some speed build stuff. I don't know if that's up my alley. But we'll see, guys. I think for today, I did a little half-hour stream with the game failing that was just my face. And then now we've managed to spend a little time preparing this top of the hill Red Keep area, and I see where he's got his little forested area, Godswood areas down here. So I've kind of picked the wrong corner for it. The corner I've picked, I don't know what's supposed to be in it. None of these are perfect maps. Yeah, I was checking what percentage of super chats YouTube takes. It turns out it's 30. So that lovely fella who gave me $20 over the first stream. That's 14 for UTC, 6 for Google. Those bastards. But thank you anyway. Keep super chatting. I'll take it. But yeah, in the very near future, we're going to set up a Patreon server. I'm going to rebuild my Patreon page from now till June. So if you're thinking about signing up, don't bother yet. I haven't done the job yet. I haven't fixed it up and given it the love and attention it needs, but we're going to settle into some building, some videos, some live streams, hopefully, if my internet can perform like it did today. I feel good about everything, and thank you guys for joining me as I clear this area out. I know it was kind of a boring stream. Didn't accomplish a whole lot in terms of building the title, but I showed you some buildings. Let's build some castles. Let's build the greatest castle in all of Westeros. Let's try our hand at that. I think it can be done. If you think about the castle I showed you at the beginning of the stream, I think it can be done. And right in this space without going too crazy. I think it's doable. So yeah, let's call it a stream for now, guys. I thank you all very much for coming, for hanging out, for keeping me company. There were lots of you. It was quite a good one. And oh, come on, Brian. Wait, let me see if you're well, how do I get back to the live stream? There it is. Good lord, it's on the wrong window. Yeah, no, not that. Live dashboard. Oh yeah, perfect. He digs it. Was interested when I told him. It looks like someone spilled their Scrabble tiles on the floor. Whoa, that's impressive. You're going to do the whole thing. Gosh, I'm not sure. Do you have a PayPal account we can donate to? I think paypal.me/UTC. Paypal.me/UTC. I think that does it, right? I should put that somewhere. But it won't be notified right now. I don't think I even have that on there. You won't get a notification in the stream, is what I mean. No, that's not me. Don't do that. That's Consejo Acreedor de Education. PayPal.me/Unite the Clans. That's me. PayPal.me/Unite the Clans if you want to give that cash straight to me instead of the old YouTube overlords. But thank you, YouTube overlords. I very much need your pittance of... Keep me on. Don't ban my channel. I didn't give bad advice. I'm doing my best. Anyway, thank you guys. I'm really winding out the goodbye, as I always do. But we'll settle into hopefully a rhythm of this, and if I don't get a video out, I'll just stream and we'll build and stream together. Whatever works, I'm going to find some way to connect with you guys on a regular basis, and you with me. I'm going to go make some dinner for my mom, and I'll check in with you guys very soon. Hopefully as soon as tomorrow. See you all then.